Hi guys, tiny video today, shouldn't be so long. I showed you yesterday my support painting videos, and if you notice at the end of those videos there are PETG interface layers on every single of my threads, and you were probably wondering, that doesn't look right. And you're correct, that doesn't look right, but there is an easy way to fix that. The reason I got those lines I am going to show you is if I open that model and we look at the paint job, at the bottom here you have this ridge here, and to make sure that you can actually print that without it sticking, you need to use something called support object XY distance. And normally I would like that to be as close, because you have to remember the supports will show up everywhere around here, and the support distance is basically from the object to the support interface itself. And because I had set support on this first thread, it would basically, let me see if I can, it would basically use the innermost edge here as the support XY distance, which means that it would try to put XY distance from every single thread upwards from that assumption that that is the XY distance 0 point. Now, since I'm painting threads, I actually have to use the outer edge of the thread as a 0 point. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I go back to the preview. You can see here. Here I set the one I usually use. I'm going to try and look from upstairs. This is the first layer of the thread, like here. You can see there's not much of a gap here. You see here, there's not much of a gap. And if I go up, you can see that it's resting the first layer on PETG support, and then on the next one it has nothing, on the next one it has nothing, and then here you can see it is interpreting that the 0 point, in this case 0.15, is actually closer on the inside, so therefore it tried to use supports. But I actually need to use this edge here as a reference to where the maximum support distance should be. So what you do is you try to find the sweet spot. In my case I tried 2. Just use it like here. You will see when it drops the support after you reslice it, you will notice where your sweet spot is. I slice it again, and I'm still getting supports. That means that the XY distance is not great enough, so I'll try 3. I'm changing here, by the way, and I'll slice it again. I'm still getting supports, so I'll try 4. Is it 4? Slice. I'm getting less, but there is still a few nudges. You can try to increment now, like 4.5. Slice. And there you can see it's gone. But, there is a but. You need to have a little bit of extra distance, because if I print it like now, the supports flow may actually stick to the model itself. So I found that the sweet spot for printing this is actually 0.5. And when I now slice this plate, again you can see I have got a little bit of leeway on the distance to the threads. So here you can see the threads are moving up, and there is no support interface being generated for each of the threads. What you see here is actually the seam. It's not support interface, it's the seam showing as a white dot. And you can see it's perfectly able to print these threads without using supports. And if you're wondering how that will look like once it's printed, I can see if I can show you here. Looks like this. And that's the, so this is the, which side was the one I printed the threads on? This is the top side. This is actually the supported side, if you can tell. See if I can show it. And the reason I say is that you have to think that the distance is from the base here. If it's too far out, it will not have anything. So you need it as close to the threads as possible to prevent to prevent it looking ugly close to the inner side of the threads. So we are getting up. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, and then you see here it puts the final layer of the support, and then it starts with pet G, which is white. And you can see here also it's maintaining its distance. Hard to see, but you see here, you see it's maintaining its distance to the, so this is pet G and this is the first layer of the thing it's supporting. So you go up and it's maintaining its distance, and then you get the print of the next layers, and then it continues, and then it's not showing anything. If I had kept it at 0.5, it would also try to put supports on the top unless I have some kind of support block for it. Now I thought I would just share that for those who were wondering why I had support interfaces for the threads. It was not intentional, and it wasn't supposed to be like that, so this is actually the correct way it should look before print. So I hope that cleared a little bit about the XY distance, because for some people it may be, it took me a while to figure out actually why I got that support interface, but all logic told me that you're too close to the model or there's too much of an overhang. But I knew there was not too much of an overhang because I already used the paint tool to remove all kinds of support for that place. So something else had to be interfering, and then I started fiddling with the distance of the support. I just increased it to like 5 millimeters, and then I saw that it removed the supports. And then I tried to just lower that value until I found the sweet spot. For me that was 0.5 with the size of threads I had. For you that might be different if you have bigger or smaller threads. So yeah, just thought I would share that because the distance to the XY distance of your support interfaces may actually matter a lot when you're trying to print something like, in my case, threads. So thanks for watching, and I'll hope you can like my video and subscribe, and see you in the next one.